Hi, I'm Gary, the traveling yogi. Thanks for joining me today. So lately I've had a lot of requests for a practice that was centered around balancing. A lot of people have indicated that for whatever reason their balance seems off lately, and so this practice is dedicated to that. Balance is something that generally declines with age. But if you practice balancing, you can improve on the way your balance would be if you didn't practice. So use the techniques that are included in this video to help you with your balance practice. Balance is a combination of both strength and alignment. You need to have strength in the limbs as well as alignment of the limbs in order to balance properly in any yoga pose. And in this practice, what we're going to do is to learn some techniques that we can utilize to assist us in our various balancing practices. Let's begin standing. So I've come now to a standing posture with my feet about hip width apart. And what I'd like for you to do is to let your eyes close down and begin to recognize that this is a balancing posture. This pose in Sanskrit is called Tadasana, and it's one that we experience in almost every yoga class that we do. So stand up nice and tall, let your eyes close down, and bring your awareness to the feet resting on the mat. Now begin to notice how you have your weight distributed on the feet. Is your weight forward into the balls of the feet? Or is it back on the heels? Or maybe are you on your right foot more than your left foot? And just begin to feel that sense of connectedness between the soles of your feet and the mat beneath you. And as you feel more deeply into that connectedness, see if you can consciously bring your weight so it's distributed evenly on all parts of both feet. And as you do that, see if you don't feel sturdier and sturdier in the pose, much more steady. Just take another moment. Now let your eyes open, because most of the time we do balancing poses with the eyes open. It's far easier for the body to balance properly with the eyes open so that you have a visual anchor for your balancing poses. What I'd like for you to do now is bring the weight into the right foot and just feel most of the weight come off of the left foot. Now notice strength. So you need to have some strength in the ankle as well as that right leg in order to balance on the right leg. And also notice the alignment. Notice how automatically your body became aligned over that right foot. Now if you continue allowing the weight to move over into the right foot to the point where you can pick the left foot up, you'll notice strength increases in that right leg and the right ankle and the right foot, and the alignment as well. Now bring the left foot down. Let's do the same thing on the other side, just practicing. Bring the weight into the left foot and notice how the muscles engage in that left foot, the left ankle, the left leg, and then bring the weight over into the left foot so much that the right foot lifts up just a little bit off the mat. And if you need to keep your big toe on the mat in order to balance there, that's fine, you can do that too. Now when you're ready, maybe pick that right foot up and then bring the right foot down. Good work. Now let's practice something else. What I want to do is the same thing we did before. Bring the weight into the right foot, pick the left foot up to the point where the left foot is off the mat. Now try harder to balance on that right foot. Bring all your effort into balancing on that right leg. Whatever you do, now tense up even more. Really try hard. And you're going to find that's pretty difficult. Now I want you just to bring your awareness to your breath. And don't worry about trying hard. Don't worry about any effort in the balancing pose. Keep your awareness on the breath. Feel the breath rising and falling. And then when you're ready, just pick that left foot up and breathe. Breathing in and breathing out, keeping the awareness as best you can focused on the breath. Now notice how easily the balance comes as you do that. And you can release the foot down. Another technique that we can use is to focus on something exterior, something outside, and that's why oftentimes in yoga classes and balancing poses, either me or another teacher will invite you to focus on a point on the floor or on the wall in front of you. And that's so that you don't try and bring too much effort to a balancing pose. So see if you can bring your awareness now, your focus, to a point in front of you somewhere, either on the ground or the floor, or maybe the wall in front of you, and keep focused on that. Let go of everything else. Don't worry about balancing. Your body will do that all on its own. And then when you're ready, let it go. That's it. Another technique we can use for balancing is to sort of cup the foot. And what I mean by that is to press into the bottom of the big toe, press into the bottom of the pinky toe, and see if you can press along the outside of the foot into the heel, sort of accentuating the arch in your foot. And when you do that, what you're doing is creating essentially a crescent shape with the foot, pressing down on that crescent shape in order to create a nice base for your balancing pose. Continue pressing down the bottom of the big toe, bottom of the pinky toe, and the heel, and then sort of cup your foot, pulling the big toe towards the heel. The other thing that does is to engage the muscles, the outside of the leg, and that'll assist you in balancing as well. That's something that you can continue to practice. One more tip. When you're practicing your balancing poses, my suggestion is do it on a mat and have the mat sitting on a solid surface. So trying to do it on carpet or something else that's spongy like grass is extra effort. So when you're just working on this, until you become more proficient, my suggestion is to practice on a nice solid surface. Something else I've suggested to many of you who have asked for techniques to use in improving your balance kind of combines all of these things, and that is, and this may sound sort of silly, but it actually really works, is to practice balancing while brushing your teeth. And what that does is to kind of take your brain out of the equation, because you're concentrating on brushing your teeth and you're just standing on one foot as you're brushing your teeth. You can cup the foot as you do that. You'll engage the muscles, the outside of the leg, all without really noticing, and then go over to the other side and maybe brush for, however long you're going to brush your teeth, maybe 30 seconds on one foot and then 30 seconds on the other. So also a really nice technique to use. All right, let's get on with our more formal balancing practice now. To begin, let's start in a standing posture, just like we did before. Press down on both feet and kind of cup the soles of the feet, if you like. And then transfer the weight into the right foot. Feel the weight transferring, feel the muscles engage. Now feel the alignment so that your whole body is very naturally aligning over that right foot, and then just pick the left foot up, bending the left knee. Lift the left knee up a little bit higher if you like. Focus on a point in front of you or focus on your breath to let go of any effort in the pose, and then release the left foot down. Now let's go to the second side. Left foot stays down, right foot lifts. Same thing on this side. Pick that right knee up, or our second side. So see if you can pick that right knee up and lift it maybe a little bit higher, staying grounded in that left foot, really rooted into the ground, engaging the muscles in the outside of that left leg and the left ankle, and then release the right foot down. We can just go back and forth, and I'm not going to spend too much time doing this, but you can do this on your own, practicing, lifting the knee up, holding it there maybe 5-10 seconds, and then bringing it down, and then to the second side, Picking the knee up, maybe lift the knee a little bit higher if you want. Feel the alignment, feel you're aligned over that standing foot, and then bring the other foot down. And one more time on each side, just for our practice today. And then release the foot. And last time, pressing down into that right foot, lift the left knee up, maybe lift the knee a little bit higher, staying grounded, staying rooted. Brilliant. Bring the foot down. Now let's try that same practice, but let's alter what we do with our arms. So far we've had our arms down by our side, just hanging. This time what I'd like you to do is bring your hands to heart center and press the palms together. One of the things that does is to automatically alert your mind to the fact that there is a center line to your body running this way, up and down. And as you press the palms together, it emphasizes that center line. So press into the right foot, lift the left knee up, press the palms together. Stay focused on that point in front of you or on your breath. Keep pressing the palms together, finding steadiness in the pose. Good, now bring the left foot down, ground into that left foot. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Press in the left foot, pick the right knee up, palms pressed together, and breathe. And then release the foot down. Good work. Now let's do one more variation. Reach the arms up and overhead, interlace the fingers, and point the index fingers. This is called arrow mudra, because you're making an arrow with your fingertips. Now reach up through the index fingers so you're elongating the whole body, and then transition the weight into the right foot, pick the left knee up. Now keep reaching up through the index fingers up towards the sky. Imagine perhaps someone is pulling up on the index fingers, and then maybe lift your left knee up a little bit higher, and then release, bring it down. And then over to the other side. Interlace the fingers, point the index fingers, reach the arms up and overhead, straightening the elbows, transition the weight to the left foot, and then reach up through the index fingers, really stretch up high. Lift that right knee up just a little bit more, and then release. Bring the hands to heart center. Good work. Again, this is something you can practice. I'm just showing you how to do it. You can practice it much more at home, maybe for 5, 10, 15 times on each side. And I'd recommend that you do it daily too, until you become more and more proficient with your balance and your body relearns how to balance. Now let's work on a variation of what we've been doing so far. This is standing big knee pose. We're going to transfer the weight into the right foot, pick the left knee up, then bring the left hand to the inside of that left knee, and then open the knee to the left and reach off to the right. Breathe. Stay focused on that point in front of you or the breath. Feel the steadiness, and then release. Bring it down. Good work. Let's go to the second side now. Transfer the weight into the left foot, transition the weight there, and then pick the right knee up and reach the left hand out to the left. Open the knee to the right, and then open the knee just a bit more, reaching out to the left, staying grounded in that left foot. A couple more breaths. Beautiful, and let it go. Bring the foot down. Now one more. It's getting pretty windy. I hope that the sound is coming through all right. Next we're going to do another pose that we frequently do in yoga class, standing figure 4. Bring the hands together, pressing the palms together at the center line of the body, and then transfer the weight to your right foot. Pick the left foot up, find that steadiness. Now bend the left knee and bring the left ankle to the right knee. Begin to bend the right knee as well as bending at the hip. And then maybe bring your left elbow to the left knee, right elbow to the instep of the left foot. Standing figure 4. Let's continue our movement. Bring the arms out to a T, and then press that left leg straight back into an airplane version of Warrior 3 pose. Now bring both hands down in front of that right foot. Let me turn to the side so that you can see me. Keep that right foot on the mat. Bring the hands about a little more than a foot in front of that right foot. And we're going to move to half moon pose. Leave the right hand on the mat. Press into the right foot. Reach the left hand high and open the hips to the left. Looking up towards the sky if you can. Keep pressing into the left foot. And then release the left hand down and bring your left foot down. Let's go over to the other side, transferring the weight into the left foot. Feel the alignment shift. Then bring the right ankle to the left knee, join the palms together, then begin to bend that left knee, also bending at the hip. Maybe bring the elbows down to the knee and the instep. Now the arms come out to a T as we move towards airplane pose. Release that right ankle. Press the right foot straight back. Let me turn to the side so you can see this. Press the right foot straight back. Bring the arms out to a T. Press through that right foot. Reach through the head. And then bring the left hand down. As we move into our half moon pose, reach the right hand up and overhead. I'm showing you the back view of the pose. Extend up through that right hand. Toes on the right foot pointing to the right side of the mat. Good. Bring the right hand down and bring that right foot down. Let your head drop down. Take a breath. Chin on chest, rounding the spine to rise. Then for our last standing pose, we're going to do dancer pose. We're going to do it in two different ways. In the first way, let me turn to the side. Now bend your left knee and capture that left foot in both hands, bringing both hands to the top of the foot. Once you're there, press your left knee down and then keep pressing back through that left foot so the shoulder blades feel like they're coming together. Now hinge at that right hip and kick that left leg up as high as you can and breathe. Couple more breaths. Good work. Gently release with control. Let's go over to the other side now. Weight transfers into the left foot. Pick the right foot up and capture the top of that right foot with both hands. Now press the right knee down and then press that right foot towards the back of your mat. Hinge at the hips. Stay grounded in that left foot. One more breath. And then slowly release. Awesome work. Beautiful balance. Strength and alignment. All right, last thing we're going to do today is a second version of dancer pose. This probably is the more conventional version that you're used to. Stay grounded in the left foot. Actually, let me turn the other side. Let the weight transfer to the left foot. Pick the right foot up. And then what I'm going to have you do is open your palm to the right so the thumb is pointing backwards. And then capture the top of the right foot with that right hand, if I can do it. And then reach the left hand up and overhead. Now kick that right foot back, keeping the knee kind of hugging in to the center line. Reach the left hand forward into dancer pose. One more breath. Beautiful. And come out of the pose. Let's go over to the other side. So transfer the weight into the right foot this time. Spin the palm on the left hand so it points to the outside, thumb on that left hand pointing back. Pick the left foot up, capture the left foot in the left hand, reach the right hand high, press the left knee down, now hinge at the right hip as you kick into the hand with that left foot. Now continue hinging at the hip and come down perhaps to the point where your upper body is parallel to your mat. And then release. That's about as far as I can go on that side. Let's come down to a seat. Well, thank you for joining me for our balance practice. I hope you got something out of this. My intention with this video is to give you the tools so that you can practice this at home on your own. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below this video or email me if you have my email address. And that's it. Happy balancing. Namaste.